Well, good morning, brothers and sisters, and I hope this video finds you well, as all of my videos. These videos aren't about me again; they're about God. I don't want any credit. You know, if I say something and it touches you, yeah, you can let me know that it helped you through something. But thank God first and foremost. He's the one that makes it all happen, not me. Now, what I usually get on here earlier than this, but you get a video, so you don't really know what time I get on here anyway. But I usually get on here like anywhere between 6 and 9, earlier in the mornings. But I've been kind of sleeping in a little bit till 9 o'clock. And but anyway, what I want to get into today is I was sitting here thinking about a lot of stuff, and the one thing that kind of stuck out in my mind today was this. The transgenderism and the homosexual same-sex marriage and attraction, that's all a demonic sickness that the devil has put in people's minds to think that they're right. And I was talking to God and saying, although I know the time we're living in, but it would be awesome if someone, not Hollywood, because that's all demonic trash. If someone had went and made a movie and had true if you're ex, you're no longer there. So true people that have been delivered from those lives, from transgenderism, from same-sex attraction, lesbianism, drag clowning, and all that. Now, the only things I did was the drag clown, which in my time it was called female impersonation, and I done the homosexual, having male companions. I never really got completely happy at all with that. I'm more happier now that I have Jesus and just Him. I don't need another human being around me to say they love me to make me happy, because I feel God's love. I don't have to hear Him say it, because I feel it. But He does say it. All in His Word He says how much. His love for us is more than we can even imagine. If we had His love in us right now, we'd explode. Because His love is not like this earthly love that's here for a while and then, well, I just don't love you anymore. Or what, and well, to say the truth, if someone looks at someone and says, I don't love you anymore, number one, they never loved you in the first place. They lusted. They should have said, they should put it this way, I don't lust you anymore, because true love is a decision you make, and as it grows, you get more and more and more in love. Okay, homosexuals and transgenders, they can't be happy in nothing, because you can't be happy in sin. You have a temporary satisfaction, but it gets to a point you're like, what am I doing? And a lot of these people are going to get to that point, but it's going to be too late for them to even turn to God, because that era is about ready to end. Whenever that trumpet blows, we leave. These people that are in that lifestyle, I know that I've talked to my niece and my nephew. They know how I feel about it. They know that I was in it. And I don't blame anybody, although the man who molested me was a neighbor, our next door neighbor's son. And I don't care who sees this, I'm telling the truth. And he took advantage of me at the age of 4. But as I got older, I never had that thought in my mind again. It's like it's put in a block spot in my mind. But when I found out that he died, it hurt worse. And give me time to say this before you say anything. It hurt worse hearing he died than it did when, I'm not saying physically it hurt, but I'm talking about mentally. It hurt more when I heard he died rather than when he did it, because it was almost like the whole thing was happening to me again. Yeah, it's just like I was reliving it again without seeing the pictures, but just the emotional weight of that. I'm fine now with it, and I hope that he did get right with God. And, and I hope that his son gets out of devil worshiping. I have never met any of his kids or nothing. Wasn't meant for me to. And, but when all that happened to me, I never blamed him. But I do kind of like blame the situation. And another situation where one of my cousins, she used to dress me up like a girl. Now this is a cousin that's older than me. And it's not on my mom's side, it's on my dad's side. And we don't talk that much anymore because I really can't. I can't be talking to people that are doing arguments all the time. When you try to talk, they'll argue with you about everything. And I'm like, no, I don't need this. Growing up in my family with my brother, I had enough arguments. I don't need any anymore. I've had my fair share. Plus, when I was married, I had my fair share there too. Because truth of the matter is, every time she got mad about something, she took it out on me. Wouldn't talk to me. And maybe, maybe that's because she loved me. They say they always put it on the person they love. But I don't know. I know she loves me as a friend, and I love her as a friend too. But you got to realize that, getting back to what I was saying, these people need some kind of example. Like when I was probably about, let's say 13 or 14 years old, around that period in my life, there was a Baptist church that was showing a movie on a Friday evening, and it was about hell. And I went to see it. Now, granted, it was cheesy because it was made back in the 60s or the 70s. So, the special effects were a bit, I think it was even a low-budget film. But it was a good, it was an excellent movie to get you to see what you need to know about hell. That's what kind of movie these same-sex couples need. The transgenders need, and the drag queen clown bing bong boom bound, these so-called motivational speakers in the church with a dress and a wig. It should have a suit and a tie. No wig, no makeup, be themselves. But no, they're trying to be something that they created, not what God created. And that's where they do wrong, because they get up there and they do a prayer. Well, let me tell you, if they're praying and they say, Jesus, they're praying to another Jesus. They're not praying to the Jesus of the Bible. Even if they read the Bible, which more than likely they're reading the Queen James. And if they're reading that, they're reading what some man did to the Bible. And now AI has come out with this version of the Bible. That goes to show you they're trying to play gods. And I tell you, God ain't going to stand for it. His judgment is about, I think sometimes his finger has already been pointed, like at that one church that they had a pride event earlier that day, and by the end of the night, that church was struck with lightning, or the end of the evening, that church was struck. Now, I don't think there was anybody in it. It was struck by lightning, and it burnt to the ground. That church was over 100 years old. It was a landmark. And they took it over and made it a cult for their fake Jesus. Their fake Jesus that's also a female. And that's not right. Or like this one woman said on The View, which The View's nothing but a bunch of garbage anyway. And Whoopi Goldberg, I used to really like watching her movies. Not anymore. Her and Oprah are in the same bucket that, is, in a bucket, and, well, that's all we'll say. You know the rest of the phrase. Anyway, she is just, these people don't understand. They're speaking out of idiocy that's in their mind. They're speaking of a foolish talk. When they go in there and say, well, you didn't mean to be, I don't know why you missed my post, well, I can't put out my flag, or, well, I can't do that, whatever, put out your flag, who cares? But if you're supporting something that is not right with God, and some Christian, true Christian, tells you, you don't need to be climbing up their back trying to strangle them either. And by the way, Whoopi, draw on some eyelashes, please. Or eyebrows, that's it. Draw on some eyebrows, please. I just always wanted to say that because she don't have any eyebrows. I don't understand that. But anyway, I know people can draw them on. And she should draw them on like she's mad. Because the way she is on the view, except for when she's passing gas, that's the only time you see kind of like it wasn't even a smile on her face then. Pew. Oh, sorry. But anyway, like I was saying, you know, these people like on The View, and forgive me for what I said about Oprah, or no, not Oprah, but what I said about her drawing her some eyelashes, eyeliners, whatever. That's not even important. She needs to get closer to the real Jesus. Her and Oprah both, but they're both living in a cultic like situation, and they're not going to change. You know, they've been turned over to that reprobate mind that thinks what they're doing is right. Just like the people in the homosexual lifestyle. Because someone's been turned over to a reprobate mind doesn't mean they have to stay. God can deliver them from that. You know, if God gave them that reprobate, He can take it back too. But these people that are around people like they are, like the homosexuals, same-sex marriages and all that, they're around people and that's all they do is talk about it. Then you know what? They're not going to get out of it because they're so deep into it. That they got to have a group of people to prove their point even to themselves, which is sad. Because, you know, the Bible's very plain. And now, the thing that gets me, and it's kind of scary if you think about it. If you think it's scary, let me know that you think so too, which no one ever comments. I wish people would comment. It'd be nice to hear people, their testimony or something if they would post, you know. I would enjoy your comments, please. Like, subscribe, and share if you feel the need to. But anyway, these people have to have someone to back them up. So that goes to show you that they're not really secure in what they're doing. They're only secure when they're around others that are that way. And even then, some of them have insecurity. I know whenever I was around them at first it was like they confirmed what I was, you know, but then after that, it started getting to where I just didn't want to be around them. You know, I didn't want to go to bars or nothing like that. And you get hurt in bars. Someone was going to hit me in the head with a beer bottle. And my friend Tabby saw it, and she looked at him and she said, "Oh, no, you don't. And she was getting ready to deck him out. And trust me, she's the type of woman that could do it too. Keep her, it's Tabitha Horn and Chrissy McAllister and the Kelly family in your prayers. And the Horn family, McAllister family. Because they need the Lord. I was talking to one of my best friends for years now. She's an acquaintance. We don't talk anymore. I was talking to her about the Bible one day, and she said that, Sherry knows the Bible and all that. And I said to her, no, Sherry doesn't know it because she's not living it. And she said, well, Sherry knows all about the Bible. No, she does not. Because if she knew the Bible, she does not know the Bible. The Bible she knows apparently is the Catholic version, which is not the Word of God. It's got some of the scriptures in there, but there's more to turn away. And they direct you down another path that you got to go to a man to forgive forgiveness of sin. When the Bible very plainly said there's only one that forgives sin, and that's the man Christ Jesus, who is now, when he came to earth, he was fully man, fully God. Now he is fully God, and he is coming back soon to take us home. People need to open their eyes and open them now, because it is getting very close. Brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for watching these videos. And I actually, what took me so long was I went and reset everything on his phone back to factory setting, so I would have a lot more of the sorry, I'm just having fun with you. I took my Facebook and everything off of this one because I want this to be strictly just for videos, nothing else. You know, last night as I was sitting in my bedroom, again, this came to me. I think I said, well, no, it was night before last. I already said it on my last video, but you know, the animals that were known as bitter enemies, like cat to a dog, and cats to a bird, or even cats to a hamster or a mouse, a mice. I see on YouTube where people put videos up, and they are real videos too. They're not photoshopped. Like I said yesterday, I seen where a dog was running or was walking, followed by a cat, followed by a bird flying right behind the cat. And I think the bird even landed on the dog's back. I mean, these are friends. Regardless of what the world thinks, they're friends. And you know, a true friend's not going to let, a true friend who's a Christian is not going to let you live in sin and not know the truth. And if that friend is a Christian friend, they should be, as many times as they can, they should be witnessing to you. And if you will not take what they are saying to heart, then they need to dust the dust off our feet and move away. Because we can't throw our pearls before swine, because they'll trample them and break them. A figure of speech, and it's in the Bible, but I kind of, you know, paraphrased it. Brothers and sisters, we need to be looking up at the sky at all times. Well, I love you guys, I really do, and I hope that you all have a wonderful and safe rest of your Sunday, and I hope this week to come, Jesus comes. But if you don't, I pray that you all have a blessed week, safe week. I love you all. Keep looking up. Lord willing, I'll see you next video, or even better than that, I'll see you in the clouds with Jesus. Bye.